Hey guys, I'm currently installing headrest speakers in my Miata. I've already installed the speakers in the headrest and I explain what kind of impedance the speakers need to be and how to wire them. Click here or here to check those videos out, or click the links in the description. For my third and final video, I'm running a couple of wires from my head unit to the headrest speakers. To do this, I need to solder a lot of wires and connections, and I wanted to make this separate video so I can explain to you guys how you can do this. There are a couple of ways to connect wires together. The easiest way is to strip the wires, twist the strands together, and finish them off with some electrical tape. I see people doing this all the time because it's fast and easy, but it's not a good connection at all, especially if you're connecting speaker wires together. The best possible way to create a good and strong connection is to solder the wires together. To do this, you need a soldering iron, some solder, a wire stripper, heat shrinks, and a heat source like a lighter or a heat gun. I have an automatic wire stripper, but you can also use a manual stripper like this, or even a knife. But if you're not using an automatic wire stripper, be careful that you don't damage the wire. In the video description below, you will find all the parts you need to solder. If you're going to solder inside the car, lay something down to protect the inside of the car, preferably something non-flammable. I'm going to use this old rag. Always start with adding some heat shrink to the wire, so you can't forget it. Strip the wire, unravel all the strands, spread them apart, and do that on both sides. Intermesh the two strands and twist them together. Like this. Now get the soldering iron, add some solder to the tip, and then hold it to the connection a few seconds. This way the wires can warm up, and after that add the solder to the wire. Don't feed it to the tip, but to the wire itself. Then let it cool down. Now you have a perfect and strong connection. Finish it off with the heat shrink and then add some heat to let the heat shrink. Get the heat from all the angles so the heat shrink will shrink to its perfect size. And that is how you make a perfect connection. If you want to connect your wires to your speakers, you need to solder on some connectors, like this one. Let me show you how you can do this. The process will be roughly the same as connecting wires together. Strip the wires, twist the strands together, add a heat shrink, then add the connector, squeeze the connector onto the wire, add some solder to the tip of the soldering iron and hold it against the wire so it heats up. Add some solder to the wire, remove the soldering iron and let it cool down. Slide the heat shrink all the way over the connector so that the connectors cannot touch each other. Then add some heat to the heat shrink. And your connector is done. Hit that like button if you find this video helpful and subscribe for more MiataMods videos. Bye guys!